I didn't want to share this to you guys. I wanted to keep it a secret. I didn't want to show you this, but... Oh my god, I am stupid. Well, here it is. The Abbott... Oh wait, not the Abbott. The Purple Union Vault. It may not be special to you guys, but this is single-handedly the most advanced project I have ever built. The most time-consuming, expensive project. Well, the most expensive project I've ever made yet. And trust me, just for the frame. You see that frame right there? Excuse me. Freaking idiot. God dang. So if you don't know, let me explain to you guys what is going on here. Do you see how... yeah, I messed this, what's it called? This vault up, so I have to fix it with, I had to, like, you know, expand it, because this is 14 blocks, and I want it to be 15 blocks, so yeah. It's gonna be hard to explain. It might be easy. May not be hard, but... Okay. Let me fix the frames first. Because the frames are supposed to detail where the ending and the starting of the rooms... Sorry if I'm taking a while. I'm sorry if I keep running my mouth, which... Wait. Man, I have to work a lot, dude.
You have this to work on.
Okay, I will later. I'd rather do this some other time. Sorry, but, I just started a stream, and I really rather not do this right now. This is so hard, dude. I'm so glad. I would not be doing this without God tools. If you ever build anything out of obsidian, please use God tools. And if you don't use God tools, well, just get ready for a time crunch, dude. Get ready for a time crunch, man. So do you see this giant, like, how it almost looks like the edges of a box? Is that what it's called? The edge. Yeah, the edges, I think. That's how they're called. You know, the lines of a shape. Don't test me. There you are. Oh, I know where he is. He's right under here. Okay, that's unfair. Excuse me? Okay, put that there. And the wall needs... See how I messed up? The obsidian used to be on this layer, so I had to push it back. And I had to kind of revert the frame. And it's annoying as hell. Oops. Oops. Okay, so now that I've got this frame done, imagine this is like a giant box. Like, you kind of see how the obsidian's in a box, and it looks like the edges of a box? Well, that obsidian, like, right here, this is going to be a giant wall of obsidian. We're going to do my math, Flex's TI-84 color enhancement calculator. Boop! It's so cool. Yes, did I need to spend 120 bucks on this calc? No, I didn't, but You gotta understand me, man. I hate jammy calculator buttons, and plus, you know, I am a scientist enthusiast and an architect. And what do they need? Calculators. I need a calculator. If they come in handy, because we're gonna say like 3 times what this length is, and times what this length is, and that gives us a cubic numeric value. Then we go and we add all those numeric values up, divide it by 64, divide it by 20, beginning parentheses, 27 times 2 end parentheses, and that's how much obsidian we need. Stop attacking me, dude. You're going to kill yourself. You're going to kill yourself. Don't do this. Told you. I'm impervious. I'm impervious to your attack. I'm announcing plans on building a brand new bastion, but this vault needs to be completed first. Ow. And nope, no cheats. See? I think this is usually off. Like, there's no experiments, there's no activate cheats. I can't turn on anything. I think that's how you prove that you have no cheats. Anyway, I did not cheat in this world one bit. It's pretty nice. This is the best world I've ever had. Look at this. I've never actually acquired this much obsidian to do such a thing. Hey, I'm gonna watch r/ and Karen freaks out over mask because it has a picture of a mask. You know, mask.
So this school is very inconsiderate of their students' safety. I feel as if I have to protest for better bus transportation. Shaking my head. The school transportation director insisted on picking my 6-year-old up in the mornings from across the street of a busy intersection near a plaza parking lot, instead of picking her up in front of my apartment complex entrance. No one showed any concern or care about the situation. And then the school replies, our school is a charter school that serves students from all over Blank and surrounding counties. We carefully plan our routes to be efficient, attempting to keep the travel time as short as we can with such long distances. It's important to us to provide transportation so anyone who wishes to attend may do so.
Yeah, lady, STFU.
Area, we must choose stops that serve as many people as possible, and parents generally have to bring their students to the stop that is nearest their home or work. The stop you requested was not a safe place for the bus to sit and wait, so we couldn't add that to the route. However,
Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, got it. Wait a second. Oh, what the heck? Whatever.
Show some respect for the free transportation that we're offering you, or drive the kid here yourself.
Like, bro, whatever. You know what? I feel bad. I used to be a jerk to my school bus drivers, but then I kind of stopped because you know what? They have to go on that bus every single day. For like what? I'm not trying to be mean. Maybe some bus drivers get paid a lot, but I can't imagine you get paid a lot to be a bus driver. And if you're a bus driver and you've ever watched this, kudos on you, dude. You're actually probably the most valuable to your district. Because you're, like, I'm not saying I hate you. I respect you. I know bus drivers that had to go hours on end every week just to hear the stupid complaining kids in the back. Now I have a fair share of bus nightmares. Like, I've had a fair share of bad bus drivers, great bus drivers, mostly good. There are barely any bad ones. Like, bruh. Like, give them a break. I bet you, if you're not tough-hearted, don't be a bus driver. If you're not persistent, don't be a bus driver at all. Anyone can be a bus driver. I'm not discouraging people. Oh. I was at level 57, but Artemis took it away because I was... Oh, sorry. Fart. What am I doing? Okay, I'm interested in your PS4 Pro.
Interested in your PS4 Pro? Sure, it's $180. I'll pay $80 for it.
$180? You're complaining about $180? Do you realize I bought a PS4 Pro for $250? Here, this man is giving you it for $70 off. Be grateful. $80, that will buy you like what? 2-3 used Xbox 360s? $80 for a PS4. Well, there's a classification. There's 3 classifications for, maybe like 2. There's old gen consoles and there's new gen. Old gen include PlayStation 3, Xbox 360s, and below. The new gens are PS4s, PS5s, Xbox Ones, and Xbox X's. Anyone can agree. I kind of source that from Terraria because they classify anything like Xbox 360 as old gen. It is. Old gens aren't bad. They're just simply... Well, I'm saying I hate to say it, but they're kind of inferior. Wait, what? Oh, I'm doing this right, sorry.
I'm sorry, but the price is not negotiable. The PS4 Pro 1TB is usually sold for $200, but I'm selling mine for $180 though. Bro, come on, man. You don't even use the effing thing, and my uncle died yesterday. I'm sorry for your uncle.
Well, guys, guess what, dude? You know what? If I buy something for you, just let that know. If my parents die, you have to give it to me for lower price. It's not a choice. Like, according to this dude's logic, you have to pay me, like, if you have a $8,000 car, well, guess what? You're gonna have to pay me, like, $30,000, not 8,000. Like, if you have a $30,000 car, you're gonna have to, I only have to pay you, like, $10,000 because my grandparents died. Oh, good logic.
Also, $80 is way too low. The lowest I can go is $165. $90 with wine. Is this a joke? I've seen the thing for $80.
Okay, if someone's trading me a PlayStation 4, I would never give away my PS4, but if I gave it, don't give me wine. Hell, don't even give me like a ton of Gatorade. You wanna know why? I want a product that doesn't go away. I don't want consumables. If you know me in Christmas, I know I might be spoiled, but 3 things I hate: clothes, books, and what's it called? Perishables. I hate food because 1, I get enjoyment from it once. I can take books. I'm not gonna flip out and complain, but I just don't like books or clothes. No one likes clothes. If you don't like clothes, oh, kudos on you, I guess. That's not. I don't control your opinion. But if I get books or clothes, no big deal. I just don't care. Because you know what? Like, my teacher gave me the wrong set of nerds. Like, wrong pair or wrong box of nerds. Like, Annie, I'm like, you know what? You tried to be nice. But I thank you for that. Like, thanks for being nice. At least that's all that matters to me. You tried to make my day happy. You may not have gotten the right flavor of nerds, but you're cool.
Hey man, if your uncle died, then surely he left you $200, right? Or if he didn't leave you,
Oh, that's a sticky one.
am I the butthole for not buying my girlfriend's brother-in-law a bed? I'm 21 years old. My
No, you're not.
girlfriend's 23. Her sister is in her 30s, and she's married to a dude the same age. They're currently going through some...
I freaking hate Karens, dude. They're so annoying. And I saw this one video where there's a bunch of people in a store, and they're like, oh, take your masks off. Oh my god, take your mask off. And I don't know about this, but I hate that too. And plus, I hate this girl named Ava. I don't know who she thinks she is. And she's a girl that started a TikTok challenge for coronavirus, which, I'm sorry, if you're on TikTok, please don't. Please, just stop, please. I'm not gonna say everybody that owns TikTok is stupid, because my best friends, 3 of my best friends own it, okay? And you know what? If I own Minecraft, I'm not stupid. If you own TikTok, are you gonna get stupider? No. No, you're not. The only way you get stupider is if you don't learn over a period of years and you forget your knowledge. Actually, wait, never mind. I take that back. Someone's gonna use that against me. I didn't mean anything by that. Whatever. But like, she was like, "Oh, you're freaking about COVID-19 because it's affecting all the boomers, and like we young people are not getting touched." Well, guess what? Guess what? There's a bunch of children that died of COVID-19. Did you ever know that, you stupid whore? Yeah. It's like there's young people dying of COVID. Like, dude, you know what? It targets everyone. I don't know what happened. They were saying, like, she was saying, the only reason that, like, you know, Dr. Phil was talking about it is because it affects his generation. Like, dude, like, it doesn't matter. If you get COVID, you are going to have a 2% chance of dying. Or you may. I'm not gonna act like the expert, because you know what? That's like a rule. That's like almost like a rule of mine, is that if you don't know something, do not completely claim it. Instead, like, for example, if I say SO4 -2, it might be sulfate. I don't know if it's sulfate, the ion sulfate, or not. So I said, it might be, I think. You'll hear me say I think, because I don't want to say, oh, you know, nitrogen trihydride is, you know, what's it called? Like rocket fluid. No, it's, actually, no. Like, you know, like if I said, for example, H2O, I think it's like diesel. No, it's not. It's water, because if I, like, for example, yeah. If I don't know something, I say I think, because I do not want to give away false claims. If you hear me say something preposterous, for example, like, you know, oh, he got, like for example, on Apex, he got 50 kills and all that stuff, that's because I've heard it from something. And I'm trying to say, like, you know, I'm trying not to say, oh, he did this and not back it up. If I don't have an evidence source to back it up, I will not fully claim that I will not claim that's true. Sorry if I'm going off.
Times, and he's been furloughed. But his job really relies on commission, so he's not earning nearly enough. And she's just had a child and can't go back to work, and her maternity has run out. Currently, he's been sleeping on their couch. I'm not sure what the reasoning is, but it's something to do with him not being able to sleep properly with another person. So they decided they want to buy a second bed, but can't afford it. So my girlfriend says she wants us to lend them some money, as we're doing a little better than them.
Okay. I have to stop this for a second. Today, yesterday I was going home from school, and my mom stopped at a gas station, and then I saw the most beautiful like camping home, like a trailer home. Not like a trailer home, but like, I saw the most beautiful camper I have ever seen. And you guys might have heard it, because I saw it, and I'm like, hey. And yes, I know you may not like that movie, but I've watched Hoodwink too, because you know what? Think about this. At the time, I didn't care. If the movie was interesting to me, it was interesting. Like, because, you know, back then, there wasn't, like, you know, Fortnite, or Borderlands 3, or all that fun stuff. Like, there was nothing to do back then. Because, you know, there's a thing called the internet. And, you know, we had bad internet. So, you know, I watch movies. Like, hey, that looks familiar. I've seen those campers. And I look up, like, it looks futuristic. I look it up, I'm like, what is that thing? That is a really interesting camper. And I'm like, oh. Well, actually, what happened was, like, I look at it and I'm like, oh, okay, it's just a camper. I've seen that before. wonder what it is. I looked the thing up online, and the interior of it is amazing. It is. Oh my god, I have to show you. I'm in love with these things. I almost don't want a house. I want one of these things. It was called the Airstream Flying Cloud. I love Airstreams now. And my god, like, I'm sorry, but Christ, oh my god. Here it is. Here's what it looks like. You might say, like, oh, this is a normal little camper. Look at the inside of this thing. This thing is built like a freaking jet, like a first class. Look at this. What the hell? Oops. This thing is built like a first-class jetliner. Look at that sink. That beautiful lining on the cow. Oh my god. All this within a tiny little camper? I'm like, oh my god. What the hell? But the sad thing is, that camper, you want to take a nice guess of how expensive it is? $80,000. 80 freaking grand. I mean, you know what? I bet you get what you pay for. The septic system looks pretty decent. Like, never seen the toilet on one of the things. This camper's not like built with like $2,000 it's done. This thing is freaking fabricated. It's more, I have a nice house. And even that Airstream, a camper, which, you know, those things are not, no, they're not, you know, not really the best quality, is almost better than the interior of my room. That is insane. I wonder what the Airstream Bambi looks like. They're tiny, but they're 50,000. Does this thing have a toilet? That's a scam. That's a scam. Stop! Oh my god. Stop. Oh my god. My dog smells. There's no way this dude's selling this 2020 Airstream Bambi 19 for 200 bucks. No, these things are 50 grand. Wow. Oh my god. What the hell? This is a Bambi. Look at this. I want to vomit. These things look so nice. Damn, those are the best campers I've ever seen. Airstream, I like them. They give a crap with their, they're worth a lot of money. Let's see. I want to see their net worth. I'd almost pick this thing over a girlfriend. Oh my god. Dude, I hate to beg, but one day I need to start a GoFundMe. I don't think I'm gonna get that much money, but if if I were to get $80,000 plus a Chevy truck, imagine the adventures. I could go down to the Rocky Mountains of the West, Yellowstone Mountains. I could go to the Mount Rushmore. I could travel the country. I could almost be a nomad, you know. Imagine how fun would that be? If I don't like where I'm living, all I gotta do is hook the trailer up and go to somewhere else. If I don't want to be in Indiana anymore, I just gotta go over to Missouri. I can do whatever I want. You know, wait. Does Airstream sell RVs? I'm sorry, I have to see this. I don't know. If I had to, I'd probably get the truck separate. That way, if I needed to pull something else, or if I wanted to leave my Airstream behind, which I don't know if I would. Now, if I had the Airstream, I'd probably still have a house. I'd probably still live in my house I live in right now. And, you know, I could probably take my PlayStation and get some cable. The only problem I see with it is the storage space. I'd probably build myself a truck and I'd mod it to have extra carrier space for food, my items, and like that. I'd also mod it with a not just a PlayStation though. I'd also put some solar panels on him. Who doesn't love clean energy? That's my dream, dude. I really wish I had an Airstream. It's insane. Dude, the moment I get a job, I'm gonna start slowly saving. You know, what happens if I got $1 grand? Too bad I can't get $1,000 a week. Cause then I'd get it in like 2 years. Let's say if I got $2,000 a month. And wait, 80 divided by 2,000. That'd take me what? 33 years, definitely. I need to set up GoFundMe's, and then I'd need to start getting a good paying job. Don't want to work at toxology because I don't think I'd be fit for that. And yes, you might be saying go to my dreams, but I'm not going to accidentally diagnose like somebody with the wrong drug and kill them on accident. I don't want to do that. Really don't want to do that. Okay, guys, I think we got it. I freaking love Airstreams. Tasty Airstream. Because if you think about it, what would you rather have me do? Raise like $100,000 or $200,000 for a house? Or would you rather help me raise 80 grand for a trailer? And the best part about me is, the more I get money, more trailers with better quality will start coming out. Or maybe I could hit my dad up and we could build one. Maybe I could build my own RV. Ooh, actually a custom RV may not be bad. It may not be as lavish. Sorry if I get off track. Just thinking about where the places I would go. So guys, one day I hope that I can get YouTube money. Hell, if YouTube will even get me money and they won't take like a huge 60% share out of me. If I can get rich and famous, oh my god. Maybe if I got so rich, I'd do an Airstream Bambi giveaway. That'd be cool, because I want to do giveaways, like legit giveaways. And not the stupid, oh, your spider's gonna, there's a spider in your butthole and it's gonna start eating your anus and it's gonna give you a hemorrhoid. Like, I don't like those streamers, like bruh, please. Stop! The flying cloud was first introduced in 1949. New model year of 2021. That's redesigned model cloud for different decor. And if I could, I'd probably paint my flying cloud like black with red stripes going through it. Ooh, I'd hire a professional to do it. I would not paint my own.
Really far away, so we don't get to do much for them. So I was alright with sending them like 100 pounds. That's how much we got our bid for. I reckon they could do the same. But the brother-in-law doesn't think that's enough. He wants a bid that costs 400 pounds. His reasoning is, you buy cheap, you buy twice. Am I the butthole for not wanting to buy a 400-pound bed? I could afford it.
No, you're not. If you don't, you know what? Legally, your money. No, if I, like legally, I can say, hey, spend your money. I could say, hey, spend your money on this. But I can't legally force you to spend money. And plus, for example, let's say you give me money and I accept it. If I accept it, you can't take that money back. That's a law. I think someone told me that. I'm not sure. I think. If I gave you money and you accept it, I can't ask for it back. It's yours. It's your property.
Yes, I'm only earning minimum wage. I just think 400 is a little steep for a second bed. OP, you get 0 out of 5 buttholes. This guy has the audacity to say, you buy cheap, you buy twice. Dude, you're not buying at all. You're getting other people to buy it for you. So, appreciate
Okay, 19.
Hello, I love your work so much. Are your commissions still open? Hello, glad you like my work. Yes, my commissions are open. What can I do for you? Okay, great. So, I'm a huge fan of your Art Nouveau style, especially the last one. I would love to have like a self-portrait in that style. I see, so like a bust or a full body. Maybe to the thighs, just like your last post. Okay, great choice. With color? I just want you to know that this style is really full of details, so it might be more expensive. Yes, definitely with colors. There's no problem. I can pay like up to 100 euros. Okay, great, but I'm sorry it might be more than that with the colors. See, I usually take a pay rate of 15 euros an hour, and the last post without colors took me like 6 to 7. If you want the drawing to be accurate enough to look more like you, it might take even more time. So with full colors, I would estimate more around 200 to 220 euros.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, 15 an hour. That sounds like a lot. I thought I was generous with 100, but that's too much for me. I understand.
Then don't buy the product. That's the basic rule of products. If it's too expensive, don't buy it.
No, it's still too much.
You can't afford an AR-15? Don't buy it.
I make a living out of it, and I think they're pretty reasonable for commission work. Yeah, but trips with strangers in my free time. Lol. You just lost a client. Bye. Have a nice day. Lady, if you don't pay the guy, then you're not a client. On this next post, OP is a maid and she got this message from a client. Hi, OP. Just wanted to let you know that we loved the cleaning last week and was wondering if you could come back every month. Also, we were wondering if you would give us a discount next time. We saw you refilling your water bottle from our sink. It seems not a big deal, but our water bill is pretty high, especially with our new pool. Looking forward to seeing you again. Thank you.
Okay, so 7 times 3 times...
Tap water costs like $2. So that discount would be less than a penny. So I say go for it, OP. Send them a bill with a line that specifically has 1 cent subtracted. Also, imagine being rich enough to have a swimming pool, but then haggling over literal
11,
pennies.
12, 13, 14, 15.
Not even pennies, literally a
3,
penny.
4.
Also, OP posted an update, and the reason why she needed a glass of water was because they turn off the AC when she's working. This is the message she sent back. Hi, Choosing Beggar. I'm so very glad you loved cleaning last week. I give it my all to every house. As far as the...
Everyone manages their money differently. So why are you investing in a one-size-fits-all portfolio? With M1 Finance, you can combine any stock, fund, or expert portfolio. Create something that's totally, well, you. You can even automate your investments and retirement savings. So
The water that I took from your sink with the face mask, gloves, and the AC off in your home.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Passing out in your home because of dehydration. Please send your Venmo or PayPal for the reimbursement of 32 ounces of water. It's 2 cents a gallon. As far as me
Oh,
getting back
well,
again,
I'll
it
do that.
seems like we're not a good match. I wish you good luck in health.
Actually, can you come down here and give me some arrows? I need some arrows.
As opposed to asking someone to give her
Don't
free
do it.
driving lessons and
Yep, you're screwed.
looking for a very detail-oriented, calm, confident, direct, and
1,
communicator who possesses a
23
You must be
by
a
3
tier
by
female
2.
driver with a vehicle in almost perfect condition. A small SUV type vehicle, not a car, because this is the type of vehicle I'll be doing the test in. You must possess a license in highway driving and have ability for practical communication regarding driving skills. It would be great if you'd be a bit of a perfectionist as
God, there's so much slime.
I'm in need of a volunteer and your vehicle to take me out into the highways for 8 separate 1 to 1.5 hour sessions between now and September 1st. So
2 times, so 17 times 3 times whatever this length is. Wait, let's do some math. 23 plus 7 plus 7. 23 plus 14. So 23 plus 14. 20 plus 10, which is 40. 20 plus 14. 23 plus 14. 57. See, look, 7, 7, 14. 14 plus 23. 10 plus... Oh, wait, not...
So, because he offered to take you to dinner at Applebee's, he's broke. You had to tell him of all your worldly accomplishments to sound good. You don't know that man's financial status. He could own several Applebee's. He could be a broker. He could be a doctor.
So 20 plus 10 is 30. 3 plus 4 is 7. So that means it's 37. Yes, I'm good at math. And we need to double that since there's a floor and there's a ceiling. Now, I didn't account for this space right here. Like, so 23 times 3. Oh, yeah, right. 37 times 3 times 14. I didn't account for this because, yeah.
You've never been to Sizzler? Boy, are you in for a treat. She got pissed, ghosted out of the restaurant, and took a cab home. I became the bad guy when I pointed out to her that taking her to Sizzler was probably a test, and she failed. We could hear her in the other room, calling him and begging for a second chance. Nope. This is horrible. I went to Moo Moo's to get free without lids. And I asked for a lid, and they said they don't have lids for those cups. I told them I'm pregnant and walking with my 2-year-old son and trying to catch.
Come on, dude. I went to McDonald's yesterday, and I was pregnant with 2 babies, and I asked for a cup of water. It had no lids. And you know what? They had no lids. You know, I don't care if they don't control anything. And I don't care if they can't control the weather, and they accidentally spawned a tornado last Friday at 3:03 in the afternoon. I don't care, man. I mean, the lids are out of their control. So rude. 2 stars.
Cups of water without lids. And
Yeah, if you're pregnant, you deserve the best things ever. I'm not saying you deserve to be treated like everyone else. Pregnant women are not weak, but some people need help.
And they said we can't give you the bigger cups because you have to pay for them. So I said, never mind, you can keep your water, and I walked out. It just upsets me because my son started crying because he wanted some water and he needed a lid for the cup. Yeah, I agree, lady. Put a lid on it. Our next host is Miss Magoo. I work at an urgent care center that tests for COVID. We're the only ones in our area that does this, and most of the other clinics are still closed because they're afraid of people showing up not knowing they have COVID. The doctor I work for is a really awesome guy, so I'm not shocked he volunteered to do testing for our area. The back of our clinic is for COVID testing and treating, while the front is for urgent care and primary care. There's a lot of new protocols. The majority of info needs to be taken over the phone, so the phones are always ringing. Only one person at a time in the lobby. Everything the patient touches needs to be disinfected. The doors are always locked. One door's for letting patients in, and I've been yelled at by people so many times now. We're usually a walk-in establishment, but due to COVID, everything is by appointment only. Lastly, everyone must wear a mask. We don't get a designated lunchtime, and to accommodate people, we've scheduled over it. The most we ask people to wait is 2 hours, and for emergency patients, no more than 10 minutes. People have slammed our doors, called us Nazis, tried to break our door open, yelled at us, told us we're a joke, threatened us, refused to leave, refused to wear a mask, say we're infringing on their rights. The list goes on. Patients who I knew, who I talked to on a daily basis, are dead. A couple that came in often were dead in 3 days. We've had patients commit suicide because of this. I've had people call up crying because loved ones are in the hospital with COVID and they're afraid. So, God forbid I ask you to wear a mask and wait your turn. Thanks for letting me rant, and stay safe. On this next post, OP sold his PS4, and afterwards, he gets a message from this guy. Is this still available? I'll buy right now. I literally just sold it. Dang, let me borrow
17 times 3 times 17.
You know what I mean.
Oh, god damn, this is going to be some big numbers. 2, 1 for the roof, on the ceiling.
You wanted to buy a PS4 for $275, but after I said it was sold, you now want to borrow money? LMAO, yeah, why not? You're rich. Why are you buying things you don't have money for? Come on, bro, help me out. No. Then this choosing beggar sends OP a picture of a bunch of $100 bills, which, I don't know, I guess are real and not just taken off of Google Images. Who can know for sure? And then down in the comments, we have this story from Tenemos Churros. God, this gives me flashbacks to my old job. I worked at a club. It had a $10
And
drink.
times
I mostly worked in the front as a cashier, getting people's money and letting them in.
9.
Every time we had an event for younger people, the following happened. Can I get in for free? No.
Times 3 times 9. And there we go. Now, excuse me as I go AFK and I start geeking out over here. Okay, so the first one. Thank you, Mr. Blank, for teaching me geometry. You are really helpful. Not being sarcastic, dude. I'm seriously, like that dude's helpful. First, that wall. That wall is going to take a total, so 37 times 3 times 14. And we get 1,554 obsidian. By the way, I wanted to clear some misconceptions or confuzzlings because I have like 3 block thick. If you will go back on my stream where I test my bunker on my Minecraft world, my like city, you'll notice that I actually built it with 1 block thick obsidian and it didn't work. So yeah, so I'm building with 3. So this is 1,554 obsidian, which is, oh my god. Now 2 times 17 times 3 times 14. And that is 1,400 obsidian. So now we need 2 times 7 times 3 times 14. And we get 588 obsidian. Oh god. 23 times 3 times 2. Oh wait, actually it's not that bad. 138 obsidian. 2 times 17 times 37, ouch, and times 3 is going to be 3,774 obsidian. 2 times 17 times 3 times 17, which is the bottom of the floor, like right there, is going to take 1,700 obsidian. Now we're going to do a whopping 14 times 17, all the walls of this place combined, times 3, times 9, and 1,836. Now let's add this all up. And we have a grand total. Watch this. Actually, I don't have to type this in. I could just go up. I'm not gonna, I'm sorry, I won't show you because it won't show on the camera. But I can go up, I can select the answers from my previous questions, and I hit a plus in front of it, go back and select another answer, and yeah. I love this, plus that. Oh, I'm scared. 11,000 and so we have a grand total of 11,052 obsidian. Divide this by 64 and that's Jesus Christ. You know, I'm gonna round that up. That is a whopping 172, actually no, round it up, 3, because that way we have extra for error space. 3 stacks of obsidian. Let's divide this by 27. 27 times 2, that's a double chest. And we're gonna get 3 double chests. Actually, wait, you know what? In like 3 hours, I could probably fill a chest this afternoon. I could most likely do this, but I'm probably gonna need to get people on board. So it comes out to a nice, friendly 3 double chests of obsidian, 3.2 double chests of Actually, wonder what this is squared. Come on. What is the cubic root for 11,052? It is 512 by 216. So if you have a 512 by 16, oh wait. Oh hi. Oh, you. Well, boys and girls, I think we all know what's going to happen. We need to get to work. Oh my god. You know what? No. We're not giving up. We're not disassembling this vault. We're gonna build this thing. We're gonna build it strong. Why? Because I'm dedicated. And I will not let this work go to waste. Oh, there it is. We're gonna have to wreak havoc on some frickin' ravines.
And annoying everyone within a 20-mile radius. Ugh, fine. And the person opens their wallet very slowly, so I can see the wad of $100 bills inside. They grab one of the hundreds and basically throws it at me while giving me an ugly look. Every frickin' time. At least 3 times a night. Funny thing is, I give zero flips about that job. If someone clearly legit didn't have money or asked nicely, I'd gladly let them in for free. It's the attitude that shot those people in the foot. That was r/choosing beggars.
Take to mine obsidian with efficiency netherite pickaxe. 2.25 seconds.
Anything less than a 2019, we're not dating. I drive a 2019. You should be able to match that. So, if you drive a 2018 Tesla or Lamborghini, then I guess you're just not on this girl's level. Breaking news. Kanye West will pay college tuition for George Floyd's 6-year-old daughter, Gianna. What about all the
Divided by 60, divided by 24. And apparently it'll take 17 hours to mine all the obsidian required for this. Better start going to work! What if you divide this by like, we'll have 3 players, then it would take 5 hours. That's interesting. Hey, I hit an MLG bucket. Do you see this lava? This pool? Yeah, this was a pool filled with lava. Gone. I destroyed every last bit of obsidian. Oh, actually not every last. There's still chunks here. I'm so destined to just want to leave this. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm dragging this on. I know it's weird, but I actually want to find a brand new ravine. I want one that's chock full of lava. And plus, this one is just... It's messy, and I should go... I know another one, but it's a little bit far away. I can get to there on horseback, but I can't... But you know, it's tiny. Oh my god! These 6 chests need to be filled with obsidian.
Social media influencer, I can say without doubt, it's way easier to ruin a social media influencer's reputation than a business's reputation. So when an Instagram influencer makes a threat like this, it's way more likely to backfire than it is to hurt the business. OMG, your dog is so cute. I want to pet and feel the fluffy dog. Thank you. If you happen to visit Hungary, we could arrange that. No, can't you fly the dog to Denmark?
Can you fly your dog to, like, you know, 7,000 miles just so I can pet it?
I plan to post this picture later today. You're the first to ever see this. What? You're selfish and want to keep the dog only for you. I hope you don't have
Yeah, guys, you bought a dog, you're keeping it for you? You're so selfish, man.
I get DMs from fans all
Well, that's what this lady's logic is. My god.
say silly things like
What? You guys have a PlayStation 4 and you're keeping it for yourself? Rude.
that you sent me a picture of Hugo. I mean, obviously they're mocking entitled parents, and it's all in good fun, so I don't mind at all. But even with my fans' intention trying to be as obnoxious as possible, I've never had someone suggest that I fly Hugo to their house. Catholic friends, please pray for me. My car isn't starting, and also I have a little bit of crippling poverty right now. Gee, I'm not Catholic. May I still pray to our Heavenly Father for you? I appreciate your concern and care. I really do. You're one of my favorite teachers I ever had, too. But I'm just asking for Catholic prayers. On this next post, hope he was giving away a free sofa and had this encounter. Is there anything else you could throw in to make it worth my time? What do you mean? It's a free sofa. Yeah, but it's a 20-mile drive.
A 20-mile drive?
Really can't do anything.
Bruh,
The reason I'm giving it
I don't care. The most I would go is like 200 miles.
always right. You're a terrible businessman. If you can't pick it up, stop wasting my time. This next post comes from one of the fans writing letters to the editor, and the editor replies with feedback. Dear Prudence, my daughter-in-law enjoys knitting and crocheting. For her birthday, my husband and I gave her a generous gift card to a local yarn store, for which she thanked us and seemed very pleased. Imagine my dismay.
There's a ravine somewhere.
6 months later,
I fell down it with my horse, but I was luckily able to get it out, and
when she told the gift card,
I think it's over here.
we'd in effect paid for our
Should we?
communicate to his wife how improper and stingy this move was. He refuses, saying that her labor and time was also part of the gift. We haven't
I might go. I think it's over here. I don't think it goes to lava though.
outright.
If I cannot find a ravine, I don't want to do this, but I will be forced to pulling lava from the nether and then putting it and solidifying it and making an obsidian factory.
Gift etiquette. My husband wants me to drop the whole thing and pretend like it never happened. Prudy, I don't like the idea of moving on as if nothing happened. And if you're wondering if Prudence blasted the choosing beggar in the reply, then here's the response. But nothing did happen. You received a thoughtful gift that costs more time than money. That's it. If someone gives you a present you don't like, you smile and say thanks, and then stash it in the back of your closet. You don't ask your kids to give them by a back channel. It's fine if you like to give expensive presents and can afford to do so, but that's not the only way to show someone that you care. Even if you don't like knitwear, your daughter-in-law spent countless hours over the course of a half year working on something very detailed for you. And you say yourself, it was a lovely bedspread. Whether she got the yarn with the gift card,
Time to scout.
her own money is beside the point. Your act
I need a new ravine. That one ravine is starting to. Shut up! That ravine is drying up and I need a brand new one ASAP.
There would be no reason to compare the two if you hadn't insisted on doing so in the
Don't want to go too far because I don't want to push this. Nope, this is K. Hey, wait, where's Black Stallion? Ho? Oh wait, there's phantoms out. Where is Black Stallion? Where's my horse? Wait, where is my horse? Did somebody kill / take my horse?
You and I both know that when the truth beggar read this response, she thought to herself,
Oh no, I'm worried now. If I swear to God, if I lost Black Stallion, that's gonna be upsetting because I love Black Stallion. Black Stallion, are you one of these horses? Where? I'm gonna have to borrow you for now, Mr. Cake. He was named Cake because my friend named him Cake because he walked over to cake, to a slice of cake. Because I don't know why we had a piece of cake in the pen. Not in there. I know. I swear I had Black Stallion. I swear to God, I'm freaking losing my cool. Where is my horse, dude? I'm so mad. My horse is actually gone. Okay, there's only one. There's one place that I know where Black Stallion would be. And you know what? I swear to God, if he's lost, I'm gonna be pissed because he had diamond horse armor. There's one place I know where he could be. I'm a little bit mad right now. And I swear to God, Black Stallion was, like, able to...
well, I'll never be reading that magazine again. I would like to buy your iPhone 8 Plus 64GB unlocked for $385. Okay, $385 sounds good. $350? Gotta pay for my kids' braces. No, sorry. You hate kids. No? I need $385 for my kids' braces. I doubt anyone would passionately like you. Both you should have responded with, I don't know what gave you that idea because you're clearly trying to screw me here. For this next post, OP makes logos for Instagram and got this
fort. That's the only place I can imagine my horse being.
Sure, what would you want it to say on the flight? I want it to say all white and red and black. Okay, when you pay, will you go with PayPal or Venmo? Hold up. You never said anything about paying. It's not free. Why not? It's just a logo. It's for my YouTube channel. I could suggest you a
There he is!
sticker for myself.
Black Stallion?
That's the best I could do for you. Other than that,
Oh, baby, I'm sorry I left you here. I'll be back, buddy.
probably have like 10 subs. I don't need a shout out. And down in the comments of this post, OP explained that the choosing vendor responded and said that they have way more than 10 subs. In fact, they have 40 subs. On this next post, OP's mom is a florist, and she had an influencer with 70,000 followers ask for free wedding flowers for
I'm not saying I hate my horses, but I, you know, of course, I don't like walking here, so I take my horse, I go there, and then I sadly upsettingly forget Black Stallion. Well, actually, I had an incident. I went through the nether portal, I thought I was gonna go home, until, you know, once, when I went through the first time, it teleported me back home, so yeah, no, I go in, and I accidentally enter the box, that I entered when I go through the portal at my home. But then the second time I went through it, it spawned me 1,000 blocks away. And when I tried to get out of the portal to get out, when I tried to get out of the portal to, what's it called? To go back home, it spawned me at 7,000, 7,000. I'm like, what? Okay, I have to go to the nether. What? Yeah, so while I was going to the nether, which took a long time, I forgot that Black Stallion was there. I'm so glad I found out that he was there, because if I were, I would probably flame my friends when they didn't do anything. Get back. Go take a wee.
Apples? Can I let you apple? Like, what are you, like, fruit? Sorry, I had to take a shit. He walked in, he goes, sorry, the train left the station a while ago. It's just been brewing. I know, I clenched my cheeks the whole time out there. I was like, it's like a damn prairie dog. I pulled me out. You brush it down here. Yeah. I do have glue and stuff for my braces and stuff. Please still do not get that yellow. But you have yellow. You're getting yellow. That's too fine. I don't know. I sit there and scrub it. Yeah, I think it's nice.
The Super 7-Day Sell-Off at Furniture Row. Shop.
Welcome to r/furrowbin, which has epic stories of people absolutely destroying some of the biggest jerks out there. Now, I have to say, this is honestly my favorite subreddit on all of Reddit.
I love
reading these stories. You guys are really in for a treat today. So, my daughter, who was about 8 at the time, was really into Minecraft, as most kids are these days. Also, desperately wanting to join the YouTube Let's Play culture, I had installed some screen recording software that would let her make videos of the game she was playing so she could later upload them to YouTube. Anyways, one day I'm minding my own business when I hear her quietly sniffling over on the computer. I asked her what was wrong, but she didn't want to tell me, so I let it go, but decided to keep an eye on her. A few minutes later, I discovered what was happening. Someone was harassing not only her, but also all the other kids playing on whatever server she was on.
Uh-oh.
The kid, we'll call him a little shithead, was saying shit about how he was going to rape my 8-year-old.
Wow, what a...
How old she was, hoping he would stop. How he was going to hack into her ID and steal her info, swearing profusely. Remember, this is a game for kids, etc. By this time, I had gotten my fiancée involved, and she was also obviously quite upset at what a little shit this kid was being.
Wow.
We realized that our daughter had been recording the entire incident, and a plan began to form. I started by Googling Little Shit's username. There were several hits immediately, the most interesting of which involved a page where he was publicly applying to be a mod for a server on Minecraft. I was able to learn a lot about this little piece of shit. He claimed to be 15, likes hockey, used to live in Toronto, but now lives in Florida. But the bombshell was easily his Skype contact info. It was literally first name dot last name. I know your name now, you little shit.
Oh.
Facebook and search for the name. Nothing. On a hunch, I searched for just the last name while narrowing my results to only the state of Florida. Several dozen hits. So I had to start combing through each one until I find what I was looking for. A middle-aged man with the same last name whose profile indicates he was born in Toronto and now lives in Florida. I found your dad, you little shits. So I sent him a message on Facebook asking if he had a son named First Name who goes by his username on Minecraft. Dad confirmed I had the right guy, so my wife begins telling Dad everything the little shit was saying to my daughter, and we sent him the recorded video as proof. Radio silence for a few days. Then
Ooh.
we got the message back. Little shit had his computer taken away from him for the entire summer and had also been lying about his age. He was only 11, I think. His parents were fucking livid with him, and he surely hated the next few months of his life. No one fucks with my daughter.
Ooh, ouch.
It's absolutely sad.
He got it. You threatened to rape a little underage girl, and you harass him on Minecraft. You deserve to get frickin' destroyed.
What message would you send to this guy, Dad? I'm really curious. Let me know down in the comments, because I want to know if you would be as brutal as this guy. Revenge is best served frozen. We don't own a car and live at the end of a cul-de-sac. I have people use my driveway all the time to turn around. It's not a huge deal to me. It's a little annoying when they compact the snow and it's harder to shovel, but whatever. One of my neighbors had a ride service come pick up their child every day. The van would park in my spot and begin honking at like 8 a.m. I worked nights at the time. Half the time he'd be half parked on my grass. I told my neighbor that I don't overly mind my spot being used, but not if he's going to honk like that every morning, and especially not if he's going to drive over what little lawn I had every time. She spoke with him, he ignored it. I spoke with him and got, "What's your problem, man? It's not like you're using it." To which I repeated that I don't mind him using it if he stays off my grass and doesn't honk every morning. Apparently suggesting he wait till the kid notices he's there, or, God forbid, he had to drag his ass out of the car to knock on the door was just ridiculous and inhumane of me. So I left a recycle bin at the front of my driveway. He just ran over it. I called the dispatch for the ride service and was told they are subcontractors and technically self-employed, but they will pass along the message. I wake up the next day to pounding on my door.
That scared me.
Dude is pissed. How dare you call my boss, you stupid piece of shit? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Ooh, sorry for the
It's
language.
quite simple. You were told not to use my driveway if you were going to drive on my lawn and wake me up every morning. Now get off my doorstep. I'll sue you if I lose my job.
Nugget! Oh,
Nuggets?
nuggets!
Nuggets!
Nuggies!
Nuggies!
Oh my god!
This happened on a Thursday. The kids have a
I love nuggets!
It's supposed to be one of those
They're so good!
where it drops to like negative 40 Celsius. For my American friends, negative 40 is where Celsius and Fahrenheit meet up, so it's freaking cold. So that night, I grabbed one of my more beat-up plastic garbage bins, made sure to plug all the
It's
holes
really negative 40 or?
stuck a sign on it that read private property, driveway not for public use, and proceeded to fill it to the brim with water. Now, before anyone thinks I'm a jerk willing to potentially endanger the other kids in the car, I'd like to point out that my neighbor's kid is the first to be picked up, so it's just him in the car. Cue Monday morning. He sees the garbage can, backs up a bit more, and defiantly charges the garbage can as if to teach me a lesson, and proceeds to cause some pretty serious damage to the front end of his car. Dude gets out, fuming, calls the cops, and comes pounding on my door, screaming about how I'm going to buy him a new car and that I'm about to be arrested. Cop, so let me make sure I understand the situation. He asked you not to park here if you couldn't refrain from honking, then warned you not to park here and put up a barrier. Now you expect him to be charged and pay for damages you caused yourself to your vehicle in an attempt to destroy his personal property? I will never forget the look on his face when the officer said, "Yeah, that's not how it works," and turned to me and asked me if I wanted to pursue charges for him damaging my personal property. I just gave him the most shit-eating grin I could muster and said, "Nah, I think we're good." I then went back inside to enjoy a morning coffee while watching him from my kitchen window as he paced back and forth in the cold, waiting for a tow truck and having to call the company he worked for to explain why they needed to send out another driver to complete his routes. I love this guy's logic. I drove my car into your property with the intention of destroying it. I accidentally destroyed my vehicle and I expect you to pay for it? That would be the exact
You killed the garbage can. Now the garbage can.
punched him in the face and broke his finger and then says to you, "You need to pay for my medical bills to fix my broken finger." that is absolutely insane. About 6 or 7 months ago,
There's a pillager tower over there, aren't? Isn't
I
there?
don't mind people having hobbies, but for some reason he insisted on flying the biggest jerk possible. He would hunt in front of other houses and windows, try to wasn't much they could do other than ask him to please not fly over my house property. Finally, in late December, it happened. My dog got tired of his shit and managed to catch the drone right as it was diving towards him. He shredded the drone. The thing was just a jumbled mess of wires and plastic. Neighbor was pissed.
Well, don't fire. How about you don't? Like, bro, I'm sorry, but if I'm a dog and I see something flying, I'm gonna try to eat it. I'm gonna try to grab it. Oh, whatever. That's your consequence. If I fly my drone and it gets destroyed by someone else's dog, that's my consequence. I shouldn't have flown it near the dog.
He could have killed my dog. I didn't have kids or a girlfriend. I just had my dog for the past 7 years. My dog has moved with me 3 times, was there when I graduated college, saw me buy my first house and my first new car. I love my dog. Went to legal advice, got some great help from them. Turns out him suing me was the best thing to ever happen. When he got small claims court, the judge basically laughed away his claims that I had intentionally trained my dog to attack his drone. But little did he know I was prepared. I had dozens of photos of my yard showing it was impossible for him to accidentally fly that low to my dog, videos of him harassing my dog in the past, and I had saved all of my medical bills from taking my dog to the vet. $700 for an x-ray? Check. Another $250 to sedate him during? Why not? Don't want him being uncomfortable. Full dental exam with tooth repair? $400. Then there was the cost of anti-anxiety meds and a secondary checkup. Wet food for a week in case of an x-ray.
Oh, no, you don't.
The asshole ended up owing me almost $2,000, and now being investigated by the FAA for not having a registered drone and violating several FAA regulations concerning drone flight too near an airport, too close to other people, out of sight of operator, and way above the maximum altitude. Enjoy never being allowed to fly drones again, dick. Now, if there's one tip you want to take from this story, don't mess with another man's dog. But if there's one lesson you want to take from me, your good old buddy r/, never fuck with the FAA. They will absolutely destroy you. Not only do they rule airspace with an iron fist, but when it comes to plane safety, people just don't screw around. So I'm telling you, do not screw with the FAA. Alright, that is r/pro-limit, and I'm really...
Ooh, puppy abuser gets a jail time. Yes. Pro revenge is the best.
Not overpaying, tastes pretty good. Check the single care price today.
Bye.
Up to 80% off prescription.
Spring has arrived at Tractor Supply. Now through Sunday, find great prices on everything you need for a fresh start out here. Like,
Welcome to r/pro-revenge, where a puppy abuser gets sent to jail. Our next
Ooh.
story comes from Midorian. So, I'm not a regular Reddit user. I recently found r/, hey, that's me, on YouTube, and heard many stories of revenge, pro-revenge, etc. I am a very forgiving person, often taken advantage of, but I let it slide. I have one exception. Don't mess with my kids. Quick backstory. My oldest is on the autism spectrum.
Oh.
When we first moved here, 6 years ago, he saw 2 girls playing next door with some rocks. He knew he wasn't allowed to leave the yard, so he ran around our property finding the prettiest rocks he could and threw them at the girls, who ran crying to their mom. I spoke to their mom, who seemed cool, and resolved the issue peacefully. I thought. Shortly after we moved here, I noticed the neighbor's dog would get out and roam the neighborhood. She was very skittish, so I could never catch her. We live on a busy road, so I was worried and occasionally called animal control to see if they could help her before she got hit. One day, my neighbor's other dog was in our
That
yard. When the kids and I
ocean.
stepped out of the house to go to the car, it snarled and growled. I called the police. It was a Sunday, animal control was closed, and they took care of it. Say, neighbor storms over to me, screaming at me for costing her a lot of money. She blamed me, my husband, her landlord for not fixing her fence. and insisted she
That's
had
not. I don't think that's your landlord's fault. That's your fault. You need to fix the fence, stupid.
leave her alone. She screamed over her loss
What is that?
thousands of dollars, claiming I cost her daughter her senior
Is that a fossil?
You should be
No way. That's the second fossil I've ever found in this game.
reported, you retarded kid. Don't mess with would let the dogs out when they were in heat and only let them back when they were pregnant. They would sell the puppies and repeat. Animal control did what they could, but they couldn't do much. Since watching r/, I became quite aware of malicious compliance. I read our city's codes and ordinances until I knew them front to back, and I reported her for everything. Cans on the street at 6:01 p.m. and they're required to be in by 6 p.m. reported. I can hear you from my property, reported. Grass too high, reported. I had a massive spreadsheet of times, days, and violations.
Oh.
Meanwhile, she still let her dogs out. They dug up the neighborhood, pooped everywhere, and got into our trash. Since the one dog was vicious, I couldn't let my kids go outside without me. We felt like prisoners in our own home. The dogs would be outside in all kinds of weather. Ice storms, 100-degree heat, no water, no food, no shelter. Animal control and I became best friends.
Earn 30 cent high-beam fuel saver.
For
Every $60 you
that's
spend.
not even good,
Friends.
in my opinion.
Desperately wanted the dogs removed.
We're near the
We reached
mesa.
a point where they
Yep,
were
knew
by
it.
her house on the way to and from work. They rescued dozens of puppies, sometimes finding them wandering the road. Where I live, there is a limit to how many times you can report someone within a time frame. And if I walked in to report and they knew I couldn't, they would give me a shake of their hand, and I would instead announce I wanted to look at adopting an animal. I've taken in a fabulous sweetie of a cat and a full combo, but that's not important to the story. My neighbor was furious. Any day I reported them, I would wake up the next day to find something on my property wrong. Car broken into, faucet in the backyard turned on high, the gas in my grill left on, all kinds of stuff. I've tried everything, even getting PETA involved, before I knew they were likely to put the dogs down. Eventually, the vicious dog was hit by a car. They immediately got a new dog. I reported them for not licensing it. When I spoke to other neighbors, I let them know what was going on and encouraged them to report them as well. I am very active in my community, and I've gotten to first name basis with many, like the mayor, police chief, etc. There was a sort of academy to get to know your city, and I took it, so I met a lot of people and have been volunteering, so they view me in a good light. Well, it's been a couple years, and my work is finally paying off. I got a call from a lawyer representing the county. She was bringing everything to the court and wanted me to testify. When she found out I had a spreadsheet, pictures, and videos of everything, she nearly squealed with delight. My neighbor is currently being charged with reckless endangerment, being a public nuisance, animal cruelty, child endangerment, disturbing the peace, and I can't remember what else. The lawyer informed me that they were requesting the following. 1, they not be allowed to own any animals, ever. 2, the current animals be removed at once. 3, due to the large number of complaints from the neighborhood and due to the varying types of complaints, they are to be deemed a public nuisance and be removed from the county, never allowed to return. 4, damages be paid to the neighborhood. So
Ow.
we all lost many a flower garden to the dogs, plus all the time we had to spend cleaning the trash and poop up. 5, jail time. Now, I confess, I didn't know it was possible to be banned from a city, never mind an entire county. It wasn't my intent. I just wanted those dogs rescued. They didn't deserve to be treated like that. Bonus, a few nights ago, I was legit concerned. I heard screaming and crashing from their house. I called the police. Evidently, they got the news about going to court and why, and it started an argument between husband and wife that evolved into a screaming, throwing things event, shattering their front window in the process. I
Oh.
only arrested the husband, who screamed the entire time that he was going to divorce her, and she would take the fall for the puppy mill by herself. I haven't seen him since, but a lawyer showed up at my door on accident looking for her. I looked her name up. She's a divorce lawyer. So, I think the main things we can take away from this story is that watching r/vid saves puppies and helps you crush your enemies. So, be sure to subscribe for more r/ content. Our next story is from Just a Mouthful. I was in an abusive relationship for over 6 years. My ex is a poor excuse of a human being, and I've learned to hate him more than anything else. I'm mad at myself to this day because it took me way too long to get out of this situation.
Oh, guys, I might have wasted a bunch of time, but I'm going to go back to the other mine. It's not useful. I don't want to go too far, because if I go too far, I'm going to generate new chunks, and I want to keep those chunks unloaded when the update comes.
All my social media accounts, got a new phone number, and used my...
Are you currently leasing or renting a water softener for your home or office? Hi, Scott here from Oakwood Plumbing, Heating, and Electric, and I'm here to show you a better way. Our competitor's leasing model is far more costly.
Use my maiden name again. With the money I saved, I bought a train ticket, and I've ended up in a small and extremely friendly village. To be honest, it was just a mistake when I was stranded there, but it was the best thing that could ever happen to me. I was desperate to get a job, but I dropped out of school and ran away with my ex when I was 16. I know it was stupid. I had no graduation, no driver's license, and I never worked before, but I was too scared to go to the Social Security office because I thought they might be giving out my new name and address to my ex. Later, I learned about women's shelter and data protection, but yeah, I was pretty dumb back then. It just happened that I applied to a small hotel in the village. The owners, my boss and her husband, are just amazing. If they ever need it, I would give my kidney to them. I just love them. My boss is the kindest and most understanding person I've ever met. But back to the story. I just applied to be a dishwasher. My boss told me they don't need more kitchen personnel. I don't know what happened to me at this moment, but I just broke down in tears and cried and cried. I thought she would be mad or something because it's not very professional, but she just stood up without a word, went outside, and when she came back a few minutes later, she had tea and snacks with her. She sat down and handed me the tea and calmly asked me if I want to talk about it. I don't know why, but I just talked and talked and talked over an hour. I told her everything. She said nothing and just listened the whole time. It felt amazing to just let everything out. When I finished, she said the
I love
most
people like that.
words I've ever heard. Well, we don't need more kitchen personnel, but you can come in tomorrow and work 2 weeks with my husband at the front desk. If you prove yourself, you can start there. I never thought it was possible, but she explained to me that hotelier is not a registered job title, so everybody can open and or work in hotels. To make the story not longer than it already is, my first day there was now over 8 years ago. I worked my butt off to repay her kindness, and it was more than worth it. My boss helped me through all this time. She allowed me to bring my child in when I had problems with a babysitter, and paid me well, even though I had no experience. She gave me days off so I can go to school, and I got my graduation after 2 years in evening school. After 5 years of work there, I got the admission to the final exam without vocational training. My boss promoted me to front desk manager 2 years ago, and I got a pretty nice $45K salary. It's enough for me and my daughter to go on vacation twice a year and live a great life. Things were awesome. I never felt better in life until my ex-husband showed up one day at work. He found out where I went because my mother's friend told him by accident. Great. Now he was there at my work telling me how he missed me and how he is sorry for everything that happened and how he wants to be a family again. I kicked him out. A few days had gone by and the police were at my door. My ex-husband called the police because of child abduction. It was complicated. Because of my youth, I never thought about that when I made my plans, but he was theoretically in his rights to do so. He was the father after all, and I left with a child. But I had one point on my side. He never signed custody. So I had sole custody, and therefore it was no abduction. Things were settled with the police, and I was allowed to go home. I told my boss everything, and I saw in her head she formed a plan. She asked me if I had ever taken photos of the abuse, and luckily I did. I documented everything, every single bruise and black eye. I had medical records for broken bones because he hit me with a chair until it broke and a lot more. Another few days later, my boss got a call from my ex-husband.
170 more stacks.
She was more than happy to tell him he has to call back later because she is in a meeting. A lie. She told me we agreed to give him my work cell phone number. It doesn't even take him 10 minutes after he had the number to blow my phone up with messages and calls. First, he was nice, talking about how he missed me all those years, but after a few messages,
Using Squarespace helped my business grow from a journal to a website, store, and class platform.
it was clear he was after the money I make, complaining about how I have such a good life now and left him all alone. He never worked a day in his life and just used and abused the system to pay for his alcohol and glue addiction. I kid you not, he spends over 500 euros a month just on glue to sniff it. He cussed at me, called me a prostitute, and even threatened to do harm to me and my child when I refused to take him back. With all these things in my hand, my boss went to her longtime lawyer and asked him for advice. In the meantime, my ex-husband wanted to be settled in our hotel. For free, of course, because I'm family after all. When I saw his name in the guest list, I was mad. I wanted to kick him out, but my boss told me not to. We have security cameras everywhere, and my boss wanted to make sure he is seen on it. I worked the front desk when he checked in, and I told him with a smile on my face to kindly F off and leave me alone. He always had a short fuse and hated when I talked back, so he was pissed and cussed at me. Still, my smile on my face, I just told him we are never going to be family, and he is the worst person I've ever met. When he saw that I don't fear him anymore, he just hit me over the counter. I pressed my panic button and screamed. Two of our cooks tackled him until the police arrived. They asked me if I wanted to press charges, and of course, I said yes.
Yes!
My boss handed out complaint forms to all guests in the hotel, present or not in the incident, and asked them kindly to please note that they were disturbed through the commotion and they get 15% off their room prices. Funny thing, nearly all guests handed them back and got their 15% off. So I said the hotel lawyer looked into everything and he managed to sue him twice. Once on behalf of the hotel and the second for myself. We had so much evidence that he had to pay for all the money the hotel lost for hitting me in the face with the cost of the lawyer, $2.5K, and he was not allowed near the hotel anymore. For my trial, the judge said normally claims for damages lapses after 3 years, broken bones, etc. But he took my particular situation into consideration and I got 25,000 euros for damages to my body, as well as emotional damage and a restraining order. The best part is, this whole trial made the tax office and the social services look into him and became more concerned with him. All the taxes he had evaded were charged back to him, which was about
169 stacks left.
Probation and 500 hours of community service.
500 now.
Money was not important for me, and even though he got what he deserved, in my opinion, I'm proud to get back at him, and at the same time, I'm still a bit sad. I blame a lot on me, because if I had made things different when I was younger, I might never end up in the situation, but I'm glad everything turned out well. OP, I don't know why you're so down on yourself in this story. To be honest, your story is kind of inspiring. You got yourself out of a toxic relationship, built a new life for you and your daughter, and landed a pretty good job. Kudos to you. That was r/ProRevenge, and if you want to save puppies and
Evil teacher. Prevents destroys evil teacher.
welcome to r/ProRevenge, but before we get into the video, I wanted to say thank you so much for 100,000 subscribers. We've basically gained 100K subs in the span of about a week, and I asked you guys how I should celebrate, and the overwhelming answer was give my channel to an entitled brat with good grades. So if you're a spoiled little brat who thinks that they deserve my channel, let me hear from you down in the comments. Honestly, but if your grades are really, really, really good, well then I guess I don't have a choice. In high school, about 10 years ago, I was quiet and attentive and
Good job, r/. If you ever see this video, 1.8 million subscribers.
High school was relatively
Good job, buddy.
on the student newspaper.
So glad I'm finally getting this chunk of obsidian out, and that
All changed my
that cleans it out.
junior year.
I'm cleaning up this mine a little bit.
Voracious reader. My freshman English teacher recommended I move up to the honors English track, so I did for freshman, sophomore, and the first half of junior year. Then I was put into classical literature my second semester junior year. I've always loved Greek and Roman stories, and had already read your typical high school classical reading list on my own. I didn't mind reading them again until I met Mrs. Umbridge. She put on a sweet facade, but she was downright evil. She also decided she hated me. I still do not know why, or what transgression I committed, but she hated me. I assume it was my bad habit of sometimes nodding off in classes. At the time, I had undiagnosed thyroid issues and was getting up at 5 a.m. for swim practice. I say
168 stacks left. I need to get.
I don't remember nodding off in her class, but it could have happened. Anyways, her class was 50% essays, written reports. The rest were written quizzes and a couple of tests. I was on the stage paper, and I was a decent writer. I wasn't worried about maintaining a B or F. We wrote our first paper, and I got a D. I was shocked. The only class I struggled in was chemistry, and still my lowest assignment grade was a
Yeah, girl, girl, you need help with chemistry. I'm your man.
She told me my assessment of the material was uninspired. Okay.
Hit me up. My phone number is 602-210-23. And if you don't know what I'm referencing there, I just wrote Avogadro's number. 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, chemistry teacher.
My friend and I spent hours on my next paper. She never got below an A- on anything. I got another D. My friend was furious. She took it to her AP English teacher and asked him to review it. She said she was entering a writing competition and wanted advice. He said it was great. Her typical A+ work. My friend, quicker on the uptake, asked me for a copy of my original assignment. She asked her AP teacher to look over it too, and he said she should enter the first one. This one was still good. He'd probably give it an A-, but the other paper was better. My friend was convinced Mrs. Umbridge
Oh,
unfairly for
whoops.
some reason, and she must not like me. My friend wanted me to tell my parents or my school counselor a teacher didn't like me. That had never happened. Sure, they didn't all love me, but none had actively disliked me. I decided I'd try one more time, but this time get Miss Umbridge to help me. Despite the previous horrors of spending study hall with Miss Umbridge, I went to her office during study hall 3 times before the next paper was due. She reviewed the paper and gave me tips on revising it each time. She did this in red pen. I took notes. By the time the next paper was due, I had 3 revised versions with her notes in red ink on each one. I got a D+. She smirked and congratulated me on my improvement. Bitch. Yeah, this is just a job. You're just some friends taking in the fall colors. The Echo PV-9010. It's just the most powerful backpack rover in the world. Echo, power on. What a day to pretend. As I look at you, find
Ladies and gentlemen, we are at war. World War III has just started, and it began in no state but Illinois. Governor J.B. March 20th, 2021. The world is in chaos, specifically Illinois. J.B. Pritzker drops his new plan to destroy the reputation of the 2-stroke gas-powered or 4-stroke gas-powered leaf blowers. His complaint: they're too loud and they pollute. We must wage war with J.B. Pritzker. Every Illinoisan that watches this, grab up your arms. We must join together, and we'll go up to the military, and we will attack them, not with guns, but with leaf blowers. We will blow their faces, and we will make their lips fall out because of the intense pressure of the leaf blower. We have a hashtag Project Leaf Blowers. Or hashtag save the leaf blowers. We have the right to blow. 2021. We must fight for the freedom. We freed black men. Then we freed women. Now we must free the leaf blower.
I was stunned. My friend was right. This teacher had it out for me and she was giving me bad grades.
6,
I'm a laid back
167 now.
I was pissed. Never before been this pissed. I took my paper to my newspaper teacher. Sure, he didn't teach English, but our student paper constantly won awards because of his work. I told him I was having trouble in English and could he please look over my paper and give me advice. He was a little confused as to why I didn't ask my English teacher, but he did it. He also told me it was great and gave me a few minor changes to make. I asked him if he thought it was a B or better. He said he'd give it an A, not 100%, but a solid A. I went to my friend and we brainstormed. I couldn't request a drop pad. This wasn't college. You just don't switch classes at my high school unless the teacher recommends an honor placement. That's not true, said my friend. The football and basketball guys get moved to easier classes all the time to keep their grades up, so they're eligible for games. The athletics director was a friend of my dad, so I requested a meeting with him and
How about they should clean that out? Look at that. That's better.
I was in danger of losing my ability to swim because I was pulling a D in a class. I wanted to move classes, but I knew I needed approval from administration, which I wouldn't get without a good reason. They asked if I had requested help. I explained I had asked for help from multiple people, but my grade wasn't improving. I didn't know what to do. They asked to see my papers. I sat while they read them. They both looked at me, confused. Neither of them could understand how those papers were worth only a D. The student vice principal was brought in. He asked who helped me. I explained my friend. He knew who she was. Again, teacher valedictorian. And she had even asked her AP English teacher to look it over for advice. I had also asked my newspaper teacher to help me. Student VP asked if I had ever actually asked my teacher for help. I smiled and handed him the 3 revised versions of paper number 3 with Mrs. Umbridge's red ink all over them. He frowned. AP English teacher and my newspaper teacher were pulled into a meeting. They were each asked to grade the papers. All 3 papers got an A- or better. While this was going on, my dad was called in by the athletics director. My dad was pissed. He demanded I be moved to another class and that Miss Umbridge be put under review. Clearly, she wasn't grading students on their work, but on her own personal opinions. The school administration obviously bristled at the accusation that a teacher was treating students unfairly. A lot of arguing that I wasn't allowed to sit on occurred in the VP's office. I could hear plenty of yelling as 6 adult men argued over the appropriate next steps. It was decided that myself, my dad, the vice principal, and athletics director would have a meeting with Mrs. Umbridge. The following morning before school, we all met. Miss Umbridge seemed to think she was going to get to tell everyone why I was stupid. Vice principal explained that if I maintained a
You know what?
class, I would
Maybe I can make a base down here.
and we were all meeting to discuss what to do. She smirked and said I should be moved to the non-honors English track, and I had no business being in honors English. I didn't have the aptitude to understand the complex classical literature they were studying, and I probably would need a tutor to even get through basic English. I've never seen my father so red, and I half expected to see steam come out of his ears. Vice principal asked why she didn't try to help me improve. She said it was up to the students to get better. Vice principal asked if that meant I had never asked her for help. She said I had not. Vice principal then pulled out the 3 revised versions of paper number 3 and handed them to Miss Umbridge. Now it was her turn to be read. She called me a liar and said those notes weren't hers. Things got heated and I was asked to leave again. I sat outside the office. This time the secretary was there and we both heard the shouting. School was set to start in 30 minutes and they were all just shouting. Then AP English teacher and newspaper teacher were called in again. More shouting. About 5 minutes to the start of classes, the teachers left and I was called back in. If looks could kill, I'd have died then and there. When Miss Umbridge walked out of the vice principal's office, I was being moved to basic English immediately. My current grade would not carry over. I would not need to make up any past assignments, and new teacher would be instructed to grade me only on the assignments going forward. My new English teacher, Miss Hunt, ended up being the English department head. She was at least 65 and had been doing this for decades. At 2.5 years of honors English, this class was easier Umbridge had been right. I tried harder in that class than any other class that semester. I finished projects so quickly that I was asked to tutor a girl struggling in the class. I spent half the class period just helping this girl understand the material. I helped her go from a C minus to a B plus. I got something like 104% in the class. At the end of the
Wow.
semester, Miss Honey called me into her office during study hall. She was recommending I return to honors English for senior year. I must have looked panicked because she assured me Miss Umbridge would not be my teacher. In fact, she would not be anyone's teacher. She was leaving at the end of the school year. Miss Umbridge was only in her late 20s and unmarried, too early to retire. And my high school was in one of the best paying school districts in the state. I knew what leaving meant, but Miss Honey still explained that I was putting her class on purpose. The school administration trusted Miss Honey to determine the truth of Mrs. Umbridge's claim that I was basically a lying idiot. Miss Honey stated I very clearly belonged in honors English. She apologized if her class had not been challenging enough for me. I cried. I mean full-on, ugly, snot cried. I didn't realize it, but part of me had actually believed Miss Umbridge up until that point. Miss Honey hugged me and consoled me. I spent senior year in honors English and spent my study hall tutoring Mrs. Honey's struggling students. To this day, I think about the awful woman fairly regularly. My career is strongly web-based, and I still worry obsessively over my writing. I hope she never taught again, because she wreaked havoc on my self-confidence. OP is literally Harry Potter. He is a star student who struggled over adversity to defeat Dolores Umbridge. Guys, we just read Harry Potter and the r/pro revenge.
Tell someone you're a financial advisor, and they think you only work with money. But my job is working with people. I give them personalized advice to help them make it through today's challenges and stay focused.
In the late 90s, wife and I were just married, just getting started, and we decided to dink double income, no kids, it for a few years to save up for a down payment on a house. The dot-com bubble was still rising, and I was a newly minted software developer. I had an entry-level job for a while, and then got recruited to a new city and paid 3 times what I was making before. It was an offer too good to pass up. I ran the numbers.
Oh dear.
By living frugally and saving my entire salary, living off just her income, we would easily have enough in a year to put 20% down payment on a new house. We rented an apartment in the new city that was listed for $950 a month. The landlord was a real estate agent who owned a 2-bedroom condo as an investment property. Let's call him Hank Wazowski. Hank was a thin, gray, no-nonsense guy. He was pleasant enough, but perfunctory, and had no sense of humor. He made a point of explaining that under no circumstances was he responsible for maintaining the garbage disposal, and that it was not included in the rental agreement, and he would not be responsible for fixing it were it to break. Okay. He seemed slightly amused by us, a clueless, young, newlywed couple, but I could tell he wanted to rent to us because we were very obviously a as renters. We filled out the rental agreement check, and this is where my troubles began. Hank looked hard at the credit application where I listed my job title, software developer, and my income $700K. For a 23-year-old in his second year out of college in the late 1990s, this is a small fortune. Throw in my wife's salary, and we were over 6 figures in income, renting an apartment far beneath our means. Like I said, dink is the way to go when starting out. I can't believe how much money you make. Hank must have said this half a dozen times, muttering under his breath. I explained we were saving to buy a house and that we were only going to stay in the apartment a year. We might stay a few months after the term is over. Would month-to-month be okay after a year? Hank assured us that would be fine. We saw Hank only once during the year, and he again mentioned my salary and how he couldn't believe that's what software developers were making. It was awkward, and I gave a
Nice.
Anyway,
Yeah, I'm cleaning it out. All this used to have like obsidian on the walls. Now it's starting to disappear.
the new house wasn't going to be ready until 2 months after our rental lease was up, so I called Hank to ask if we could, as discussed, simply extend the lease by 2 months before moving out.
Be right back. I'm gonna back
He
this.
would send over an extension for us to sign. The extension arrived in the mail, and it included a month-to-month clause and a $500 increase in the rent. I flipped out and called him. Hank, why are you increasing the rent over 50%? That's too much. That's more than my mortgage is going to be. He was super condescending to me. Rocky Moose, it's what the apartment goes for now. I would be losing money by renting it for less. I tried to reason with him, but it was very clear he knew we could afford the 500, had no choice in the matter, and he was going to screw us over as best he could.
Wait,
He
the
is
stab?
angry with me for arguing my point, and I'll never forget his parting words. You don't have to like it, Rocky Moose. You just have to pay it. My wife and I tried to figure
And
out
then the
ways to move out
slice.
early by putting our furniture in storage for a couple of months and crashing with friends. But it just
Oh,
wasn't
that's
going
not
to
good.
work out. I swallowed my pride and wrote out the check for $1,450 for the extra month. A month later, I wrote a similar check, and then we moved out. I made sure the apartment was spotless before moving, but Hank still withheld $300 from our security deposit for BS things that were just a way for him to squeeze a few more dollars from the kids who made too much money. $100 for cleaning? Sure, but $300 was obscene. In my mind, he had screwed me over for $1,200, and there was nothing I could do about it. What made it even more infuriating is that I saw the ad Hank put in the paper after we moved out, and he listed the apartment for rent at only $150 more than we had been paying originally, not the grossly inflated $500 increase. And it didn't rent. A month later, I saw the same ad, and he had lowered the price to $75 more
Can you
than
take care
we
of
had
Cookie
been
for
paying.
me?
And I assume it got rented since the ad stopped appearing. Fast forward about 5 years. Life is good, the house is good, we have a baby, and even though the dot-com bubble has burst, I'm still employed. One day, out of the blue, I overhear one of my coworkers, Phil, a senior developer, talking to the guy working the reception desk.
Knife.
Mike, I'm
Cut.
expecting someone to drop
Knife
off
cut.
paperwork for me. If a Hank Wazowski asks for me, tell him I'll be right back.
I want to stab something.
Get a taste of bile in my mouth, remembering how I had to write out that name on those checks all those
I stabbed this box.
It's the same guy.
That felt good.
I walk over to Phil, who is still by the reception desk. Phil, I say, how do you know that?
No, I have a knife.
Phil,
I want to have a tip. If you ever rage and you like get this part of your controller shifted out, you just gotta kind of like you gotta dig in. You dig in. Oh, sorry if I can't see. You dig in and then you like lift it up and you kind of pull it, and then that's how you fix the controller if it's adjusted and it's kind of broken. As long as this world doesn't go like over.
Real estate agent. I bought my condo through him several years ago. I'm selling my condo now so I can buy a house. So I'm going to ask him to be my agent again. Do you know him? I tell Phil that I used to rent an apartment from Hank and describe what he looks like. Phil confirms the description. It's the same guy. Wow, small world, right? And on cue, right then, the front door of the office opens and in walks Hank Wazowski. I stare in disbelief. He's carrying a folder of papers and doesn't recognize me. Phil and Hank shake hands and they talk for a few moments. I stand there silently, wondering what to do. Phil finally says, Hank, this is my friend Rocky Moose. I think you may have already met. Yes, hello Hank, good to see you again. My wife and I were your tenants a few years ago on Blake Street. Remember that software developer who rented for a year saving to buy a house? Well, this is where I work. Here, with Phil. Hank's eyes indicate he now remembers me, and he's starting to put it all together. We shake hands and he says, yes, of course he remembers, and asks how we're doing. Oh, we're just fine. Thanks for asking. Phil says that you're his real estate agent. Small world, isn't it? Hank nods pleasantly. He still doesn't remember the details of our last conversation. I do some quick math in my head. This is the
Yeah, I'm gonna stop streaming. I am going to go play Apex or something. I'm not sure.